All right, thank you, Steve. We have new information, a ruling from the Supreme Court today that will allow opponents to challenge Texas's highly restrictive abortion law while allowing the law itself to stand. That decision sparking nationwide criticism as well as concern. Joining us now is Dr. Shawn Wilson, professor of political science at Wright State University. Thank you so much for joining us, Dr. Wilson. Let's get straight to the news of the day. The Texas law stands while the legal fight over its legality continues. Let's just cut straight to the chase. What does this mean going forward?
Well, the one thing I would be absolutely clear on is not so much to listen to all these narratives that are out there. There's a lot of noise. All that this decision was the Supreme Court playing traffic cop. Okay, you've got this controversial law down in Texas which allows anyone to sue these abortion providers whenever there's a heartbeat, a fetal heartbeat. The difficulty is none of those, even though that law is in effect, none of those lawsuits have been filed. And the reason why is if you sue one of these abortion providers, they're going to sue you back. They can defend themselves in those state forums. Well, that's not good enough. They want to also have a federal challenge, a preemptive challenge. And so that's what they are trying to do is go to federal court to have a preemptive challenge. The Supreme Court allowed that. The Supreme Court said you can do that. And so they get to now be in the district court and get a ruling on whether this law down in Texas is going to stand or not.
Dr. Wilson, abortion has been a hot button issue for 50 years, and it is very much a front burner issue for the Supreme Court once again with the Texas case as well as the Mississippi law that the court heard a week and a half ago. Now, today the court did not address whether a majority of its 9 justices believe the Texas law is constitutional. They will have to decide precisely that, however, with the Mississippi case. Where do you believe the court is leaning in these 2 cases in abortion going forward, and what will that mean for Ohioans?
This is a critical time because what we're going to find out in June is whether this is still a Supreme Court. And I think what you're going to find is that it is, that what the justices are going to do is simply look at whether viability is the standard. It's possible that what the court is going to do is move that timeline back a little bit so that states can regulate abortions that get in the 5th month. Now, the question is whether the Mississippi law goes too far. It's only about 3.5 months. And so I think that we're going to get a new standard. They're clearly going to take a bite out of the apple. The question is, how big is that bite going to be? And once they give us that opinion, there's a possibility that this can be resolved, that the woman's right to choose would be there for a particular time, that you would have enough conservatives for that, a strong majority, and that will settle all these issues. That's what I'm hoping for, that there's a little bit of a conservative decision, but that it will settle everything and preserve the basic right to choose over a several-month time frame. A
hot-button issue for half a century, not going to be cooling off anytime soon. Dr. Shawn Wilson, professor of political science at Wright State University. Dr. Wilson, thank you so much for spending some time with us.
Yeah, thank you.